All right, well, we've done it again. We bought some more things. We just went on a little buying spree again. We spread it out over a couple of months. I think I started in February, and it's trickled on down. We just went down some rabbit holes and chased some cards. Some we had some purpose in, some we did not. Let's see what we got. See if you guys agree with me on making these purchases. Did I make a smart buy? I normally don't. Well, let's see what we did. So all this was done on eBay. We did some of the COMC listings. We did some individual eBay buyers. We did Probstein. I'll give you guys my thoughts on how all that went. We'll, like we did last time, we'll show you the card. We'll show you a picture of the card over here somewhere. Sure, why not? We'll show you, if we lost some money, made some money, what we paid for it, what we think it's worth. Take you guys down the rabbit hole with us, and hope you enjoy the journey. First card up is a 1958 Topps Johnny Unitas CGC 1.5. We thought maybe this might regrade a little better on something else. Looks good up here. There we go. Looks good up here. It's a little top heavy, but edges look good. Corners look good. We thought maybe this had a shot at being resubmitted and regraded on another company. But you can see on this back here, it has seen some better days around here. So, and you can see this back edge too. The 1.5 is probably an appropriate grade for that. I myself have seen better days in the back area, so I can't really blame the card. But we paid $37.72 for this card, and we value it at about $40. Next one up is a 2021 Leaf Pro Set Metal 1989 Mitchell Bratt rated rookie auto. Tell you guys not to really buy these things. I only paid $1.62 for it. I valued it about $2, so I guess we got it as a steal, if you want to say. I just wanted a Mitch Bratt card. I was using it for a video that I made, which I already did, and we used it in that video, and we added that card to the collection. So that's probably one that's going to stay here. Again, I don't really recommend going after the Leaf cards for pretty much anything. It's almost like getting a minor league card, but not always. Sometimes they've got some good stuff. The next card we got was a 2022 Topps Archives Julio Rodriguez rookie. We bought all these in February. Before the season started, we were hoping that players were going to start catching some fire and maybe making the majors and stuff like that, which is why we bought some of these cards. Went with the Julio Rodriguez. He's playing a little better lately. He started to pick it up. I know because I have him on my fantasy team, and he was dragging it earlier in the season, but we paid $3.25 for that. We valued about $2.50 right now. I mean, maybe he'll catch on fire and that'll catch on, but the other card we added, there's a ton of them. Let's ride along for this journey. This is a 2023 Bowman Chrome Chris Newell auto, first Bowman auto. I always tell you guys get the first Bowman auto. Chris Newell had a good season last season or maybe 2 years ago, and so we thought maybe he'd have a shot, especially being with the Dodgers. He might have a chance of getting called up and making a splash, but kind of had a rough year. He's having a rough year to start with. But we paid $3.76 for that, and we valued about $4 right now. If he starts playing a little better, it might be worth a little more. You never know. Next up is a 2023 Bowman Draft Chrome first Bowman auto of Braden Taylor, who we've actually seen a couple times play against the Clingstones in Columbus this past season, or this season going on so far, and he's looked pretty good. So we paid $5.16 for this card, and like I said, he's been having a decent season. So his card, that one's actually $11. That was actually a good purchase. So we like it when there's a good purchase. Makes it exciting. All right, we've got a 2024 Topps Finest Uncommon Bo Nix rookie. We're just adding a little bit of football because, kind of February especially was a good time to be adding football. We got this Bo Nix. It's valued at about, we paid $3.08 for it, valued at about $3 right now. When the football season rolls around, and if he gets off to a hot start and comes back halfway decent, that card may go up some. We'll see. That's just one of those where we took a little shot on. So the next card that we got was a 2024 Panini National Treasures Jose DePaulo. I think that's how we say it. I don't know. Number to 99. It's one of those. Could be a big star. Could be. I mean, he's halfway decent, and he's on a halfway decent team being on the Dodgers. So that's kind of one of those things that you're always going after for those players. You want somebody that's young. You want somebody that's on a good team and is at a premium position like we always talk about. So this card we paid $3.76 for. We valued it at about $4. So right about, what is that? Obviously, we would have liked to gotten an auto or something like that, but those are a little more pricier. But speaking of autos, we did get a 2020 Bowman Draft. Ooh, man, see, it's chrome, first Bowman, and my Hawaiian ancestors in my Hawaiian shirt would probably not be happy with me trying to pronounce his name, but Kalali Rosario, say blue. I think it's a true blue. Look at it, make sure. Yeah, number to 150. He had a good year last year, so we're hoping that will continue. That card's actually halfway decent valued. We paid $22.56 for it, and we've got it valued about $25. So we're going to stick with that and probably hold on to it. Hope he gets called up at some point. Like I said, he's been pretty hot. So, not the season to start off, but last season he was halfway on some people's radars. So we've got a 2013 Topps Update All-Star Mike Trout gold, number to 2013. We picked that up. We paid $9.48 for that. The corners on it it is what it is. There's a reason somebody sold it, but I've been stocking up on some Trout stuff, or I was leading into the season, hoping he would be able to stay healthy. So I've been adding a few Jordan things, and in these purchases, we've added a couple Jordan cards, and this is one of them. Small stuff, nothing major. I ain't made of money. It's a 1997 Upper Deck International Catch 23 sticker. It is MJ number 166. I just thought it was kind of cool and something I wanted to add. We paid $1.30 for it. I valued it about $2. Now, these graded actually sell for a decent amount of money, but I don't think, see, this one's got a little whiting on that corner up there. I don't think it's worth sending in a grade. Next up is going to be, like I said, we bought a few little football things in here just to kind of get ready for football season. Like February is one of the times to be buying football cards. So we got a 2024 Panini Donruss Optic Brendan Rice rookie auto, number to 325. I think we paid something like $2.22 for it. We valued it about $4. So, and we got it a little under, and maybe when the football season rolls around, it will be a different story. So I always tell you guys that I keep wanting to add stuff to my vintage collection, and majority of these vintage cards that we have on here are just for my personal collection. So we picked up a 1950 Bowman Snuffy Sternweiss BVG 4.5 for old Stuffy Sternweiss there. And he does have a rough corner kind of up here. I think it was on this side. Is that right? Yeah. He still has a little rough corner up there, but we're not regrading anything. We're just adding this as going into the vintage collection, and it's just going to live here. But so for Stuffy, we paid $11.66, and we valued about $11, like right around there. So, it is what it is. We got this 2024 Topps Chrome Herman Moore auto. So, Herman Moore's a great person to have, and Lions fans love Herman Moore, rightfully so. And I think for that we paid $7.30, and that's about what we value at, is about $7. So, no steals there. I don't think we had a lot of big steals on here. There's a couple of them that that one that was $11, and we paid $5.16 for the Brendan Taylor. That's probably about it. So we got a 2020 Panini Chronicles Luminance Jordan Love rookie. We've just been adding a little Jordan Love, or digging out the Jordan Love cards that we had in storage leading into the season, hoping that he's going to start off hot and kind of catch some fire. But that we paid like $1.30 for it. It's maybe worth $1.75. And the prices that I give you guys are what they're listed at, free shipping and all that. Obviously, that card is not going to make you $1.75, but that's what you would probably list it at on eBay. We picked up this 2014 Topps Mike Trout. It is the Gatorade short print. That one we paid $21.47 for that. It's probably worth about $30. We were looking at it and we thought maybe we could grade this card. It's a little heavy on the left side over here. Well, that's the right side, but the corners looked all right. Top, probably a little top heavy. So I don't think we're going to grade it, but that's just a good card to hang on to. Like I said, we were adding Trout stuff on there, thinking maybe he's going to stay healthy this year and make a splash. We also added this. Oh, hold on. It is something else that is on here. Let me see. Oh, it's one of our oversized cards. Please hold. And we're back. Did you miss me? Hopefully not, because I edited it properly, but hey, who knows? Who knows when we get going on this stuff? So the next card we picked up is actually an oversized card. There's a few of them that I didn't, when I started going through the pile, I didn't remember that I had to go to oversized cards over here, but we do have a couple of them. It's going to be a 1999 Sports Illustrated for Kids. It is an oversized 10 greatest athletes, Michael Jordan. See, it's a pretty big card. Big card as in size-wise, not necessarily price-wise. I believe that for this Jordan, we paid $12.75, and we value it kind of at about $20. I don't think, now you can get these graded. I do not think that I care to, because like down here on the edge, it's got a rough corners, rough edges. Like that's the stuff you want to look at whenever you're trying to grade stuff. And I guess you can grade those oversized ones, but that's not one we're going to be grading because it's not in the best shape in the world. So now we're moving on to what we're going to move on to. A 2024 Topps Chrome Yellow Wave Refractor of Earl Campbell. It is numbered to 75. And like I said, we're just adding some football, and I just think that's a cool card of Earl Campbell. And I mean, who doesn't like Earl Campbell? He could run a football for sure. So we picked that one up. So that Earl Campbell, I think we paid $6.21 for. We value about $8, so a little under market value. But most of the under market value, when I'm saying that, is because we combined all the shipping. We actually bought these 40 cards are all from COMC. We combined all the shipping, so that's what that keeps it a little undervalue, is because of the combined shipping. We've got a 1990 McDonald's Sports Illustrated for Kids Tips Red Stripe back, which is that one, the red stripe. Michael Jordan. Like I said, we added some Jordan stuff. We're going to be adding some Jordan things, but we're not going to be adding major stuff. I think that the oversized one was the most expensive Jordan that we added. This I don't really think is worth grading. Again, it's the perforated edges and stuff like that. It's got to be almost pristine on those edges when it's torn off, and I can see where, like down here and that. But we're just going to add it to the collection. So that card, I believe we paid $6.38 for, and we value that at about $8 as well. The next card that we got is going to be a 2024 Upper Deck Godwin Champions Gaudy auto of Carter Graham, and Carter Graham's not been playing too terrible. So we're going to hang on to this. We're going to hope that he ends up making it to the majors, ends up making it kind of big. He's got a little bit of power, so we're hoping. We paid $1.62 for that, and we value that about $4. So that one wasn't too bad. Some of the vintage stuff that I like to add, and we bought that Joe Louis card, which I have in this drawer somewhere, but it's right here on top. How about that? So we bought this Joe Louis card, and then I was like, man, I would like to get some more boxing cards kind of similar to this. And yeah, it's actually the same set, the Churchman's. And so I picked this up. This is a Gene Tooney. It is Churchman's Boxing Personalities Tobacco card. We paid $4.85 for it. We actually value it at about $12. So we got kind of a steal on that one. I don't think I'm going to be grading this like that Joe Louis was. I thought I might have a chance at it, but there is a little bit of kind of discoloration up here on the top. The corners aren't the greatest, and that Joe Louis card is in really great shape. Quite a card. We were very happy to add the collection, but you can see those top corners are definitely a little rough up there. So, but we paid, like I said, $4.85, valued about $12. We're going to keep that. If I do end up grading it, it's just going to get graded and added to the collection. I will probably send it into SGC, which is who we had that graded by. 1998 Sage Authentic Auto Silver Rashard Lewis. I think there is like a gold or a red type variation, but this is silver. I mean, as a Magic fan, I always like Rashard Lewis. It is numbered to 400 down there, 395 and 400. I don't think we paid that much money for it. It's a Sage auto. I'm just going to keep that. I have an autographed Magic basketball in their library area, so I'll just probably keep it somewhere over that. But we paid $3.76 for that. We value it about $5. So we'll take it. We've got a 1970 Topps Lou Brock. We paid $4.85 for this, valued at about $6. It's in okay shape. I don't think it's going to be worth grading. It's very right heavy, and the corners are not the best, but they're not terrible. That top left corner's got a little whiting on it. We'll see about that. That may be a possibility. I didn't really look at the surface that well or anything, but that's what we paid for that. Let's see. We've got a 2021 Topps Update short print variation of Ronald Acuna Jr. We're hoping Acuna has a big year, but of course now he's hurt again, so you never know. But it's about $9.48 we paid for it. About $10 is what it's valued at. So about what we paid for it. Like I said, we went after some Jordan on this. So we got 2024 Upper Deck Godwin Champions Royal Blue Michael Jordan. We paid $7.30 for this card, valued about $7. So right about what we paid for it. Maybe paid a smidge over, but that happens. We picked this up with the sole purpose of putting it on eBay before the fight. And I probably should have put it on there about 2 weeks ago. I did not. I got it on last week. I've currently got it on eBay right now. I don't know if it'll sell before the fight. You kind of want to sell it leading into the fight. But at the time, we paid $8.39. This is a Gina Carano 2010 Leaf. It's a rookie card. We paid $8.39. I've got it listed on eBay right now for $13.95. The corners on it, which I probably should have paid more attention when I was buying it, but the corners down here, you can see there's some whiting down on the corners. So, but we were just hoping to pick that up and dump it, and then I just kind of forgot about it. And, so we probably missed the boat on that because some of them have already sold. But, all right, so we've also got, like I said, plenty of Jordan. We got a 2007, 2008 Fleer box set season achievements Michael Jordan. This is a nice card. I mean, I like this card. I don't know about grading purposes. It's got a little rounded top corner up here. Again, we're just gonna, you can kind of see the whiting up there. We're just gonna add this to the Jordan collection, I guess. And we paid $4.85 for that one. We got it valued at about $10. So, you know, it's probably valued a little more, but because of that corner, I marked it down to about $10. We picked up another Braden Taylor card because we were expecting big things from him. Like I said, he's been halfway decent. So this is a 2023 Bowman Draft Chrome, kind of like the one that we saw earlier. It's a sparkle refractor. We paid $1.30 for it. It's worth about $2, but we're hoping that he's going to have a good season. He's with the Biscuits, I think, if I'm not mistaken. We've got a, oh no, hold on. Ooh, again, we're on an oversized one. We've got a 1977-79 Sportscaster Series 3 printed in Japan, Kathy Rigby. I bought this because I saw somewhere that she still signs stuff, I believe, or recently had. And I was like, that'd be really cool to get something like that signed. And, you know, I was like, oh, with the Summer Olympics coming up, I don't know, a lot of people are looking for Kathy Rigby in the from the 70s and the current Olympics. But I was like, that'd be cool to kind of get signed. I don't know if you got to donate to a charity or something like that. I would gladly do that. But that's why we purchased that. I mean, it's a cool card. It's an oversized one as well, as you can see next to my giant head. It's got kind of the Olympic information and all her information on the back. But I did see somewhere where she signed stuff, so we may try to get that signed. And if we do, we'll let you guys know all about it. All right, so now on to the Bill Laimbeer. It's a 1981-82 Bill Laimbeer rookie card. It's a little right heavy over here, a little top heavy. But, I mean, it's you know, the Bill Laimbeer rookie card. It's got a little stain kind of up here, too, like a stain line, as you can see right there, that brown. But that was just cool to add to the collection. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't tell you what we paid for the Kathy Rigby. We paid $4.37. It's about a $3 card. The Bill Laimbeer, we paid $6.31. We valued that at about $5 with the centering and all that stuff. So overpaid a little, but I'm probably going to end up keeping that card. We've got a 2018 Bowman Scouts Top 100 Green Refractor Bo Bichette, number to 99. We're hoping for big things from Bo Bichette this season. So far, you know, like I said, a lot of this I bought in February leading into the season. In fact, all this COMC stuff was in February that we bought at the beginning of February. So a 2018 Topps Chrome update, Ozzie Albies rookie. I think this is a Target exclusive. I don't know. But we picked this up. We were very excited about it. HMT 27, yeah. So we paid $1.34. Ozzie's been pretty hot lately. So he's been doing, we've had him on fantasy team all season, and he's been doing great for the team. So we paid $1.30 for it, valued about $1.50. You know, we got just under the line. Adding to our vintage collection, we picked up another 1950 Bowman Mickey McDermott BVG 3.5 rookie. So we were adding that with the Snuffy Sternweiss card. This one's a 3.5. The other one was a 4.5. We paid $10.19 for that. We've had about $12, so we got that one at halfway decent price. On to the next page. Hope I'm not boring you guys too much. Glad everyone's along for the ride. We've got a 2020 Topps Holiday Luis Robert PSA 10. We paid $11.66 for it. We were hoping for a solid Luis Robert season, and we got a typical Luis Robert season. About $12, so about what we paid for it on that one. No big deal. We picked up this, and I think this was just me going through it quickly, like I tell you guys never to do. And we added this 1954 Bowman Autogram. I did not realize how bad of a condition it was. As you can see, there's this line across here, line across there. We got some dirty spots up here. Yeah. I mean, it's a cool card. We're hanging on to it. We're keeping it for the collection, but we paid $17.72 for it. That's about what I valued at. Let's say $18 just to round it up. But yeah, I did not. I should have looked more at the condition and maybe passed on that card. But hey, live and you learn. We got a 2022 Bowman. Speaking of live and learn, we've got a 2022 Bowman Chrome Prospects Felix Valario PSA 10. It's just the base Bowman Chrome card, not autographed or anything like that. This card, we paid $8.36 for it. I don't think he's in the league anymore. I believe he is playing some independent ball somewhere. So the value in that card is really that it's just a PSA 10. Bowman first PSA 10. Not of the player. We picked up a 2021 Bowman Chrome 2020 Summer Camp Atomic Refractor of J.J. Bleday. It's numbered to 150. Again, leading into baseball season. We're hoping for big things from Bleday. $2.13 what we paid for it. It's about a $2 card. to add to our cool little vintage stuff that we picked up. I just thought this was a neat card, and it was nobody had bid on it, so we decided we were going to bid on it. It's a 1936 Mitchell's A Gallery, 1935 Tobacco James Guthrie card. Paid $1.94 for it. We valued it about $2. I mean, it's in pretty good shape, surprisingly. When I got it in hand, it's centered well. It's got good corners. It's got good edges. The back doesn't really have any issues. So this may be a candidate for sending it graded. I don't know that it's really going to add much value to it, but maybe so. That might be one of them. This one is always one of my favorites, and you guys have seen me pull it out of a pack before, which we were very excited about. This is not the one we pulled out of a pack. Obviously, I just bought this one. This was a 1991 Upper Deck Baseball, Michael Jordan short print SP1. This is a PSA 5. It's a PSA 5 because it is bad corners and not great centering. But I got it at a decent price. I felt I paid $23.66. It's only worth about probably $21. So I'm like, ooh, I got a great price. I overpaid by $3. It is what it is. We've got a 2025 Topps Pro Debut Auto of Juan Baez. We paid $1.62 for this card, and we valued about $2. Maybe he'll turn into something. I mean, he's not really the most prolific power hitter that there is, so we'll see. You never know how guys turn out. So for all you golf fans out there, we added our first 2 golf cards in this purchases. It's a 2025 Panini Prism Live Golf Brooks Koepka. We paid $1.30 for it. We valued about $2. So we just mixed in a little golf. Hey, we're golfers. We mainly did it because it was ending around the same time that we picked this one up. A 2012 Panini Golden Age Sam Snead card. I wanted to pick this up. It's got a cool back on it too. I wanted to pick this up because I found some old photos that my grandma had of her and Sam Snead, and I'm going to get them framed. And I'm going to put that card in there with it. I just think it'd be kind of a cool thing to add to it. So that ends the COMC purchases that we had for that. We still got plenty more to move on to, but that ends the COMC part of it. So we snuck in an individual eBay purchase before we moved on to the Probstein stuff. So that was a 2015 Halmar Art Stamps Vicious Vic Harris Negro League baseball card. It's pretty cool looking. Like you can see on the back, it's kind of Halmar does these cards. I mean, they're newer stuff, but they age them and they design them to kind of look like older cards. And these are from the Negro League sets that they do, and they're all really cool. I have another one coming up that I'm really excited to show you guys. But yeah, we added that, and then we went into the Probstein stuff. So the first one in the Probstein that we bought was a 1957 Topps Mike Garcia. It's a PSA 3. Oh, the Vic Harris one we paid. I'm sorry, man. I'm so bad about that. We paid $5.44 for that, and we valued about $5. So about what it was worth. It's just cool to add. And actually, this is going to be sitting back here. It was sitting back here in some of my other videos. But this Mike Garcia is a PSA 3. We paid $12.89. We valued it about $10. I will say this kind of from what I've seen, the rumors are true that the Probstein stuff goes for a lot higher than they are probably worth. I just noticed that in my purchases, most of them we overpaid for. Not all of them, but most of them we overpaid for. We added a 1990, and that's my fault. Like I always tell you guys, do your research. I should have done the research before, but I wanted to add that card to the vintage collection that's staying here, so I don't mind if I overpaid for it a little bit. We got a 1990 Fleer Sean Kemp rookie card, PSA 10. We paid $56.73. All these moving forward, I'll tell you when we come to the end, are all going to be Probstein purchases. $56.73, worth about $50. So overpaid a little bit on that, but that's going to be the common theme running through here. We got another 1957 Topps card. It's going to be a Ted Lipsio, PSA 3.5. We paid $14.57 for that card. It's a nice card. I don't think any of these are really up for a regrade or anything like that. Now this one and one of the other ones that we'll look at, it may be up for a crack and clean and then send back in type thing, because this has just got stains and stuff are its biggest detractor right there. But again, that card's probably not worth that whole hassle of doing that. So this is the 1968 Topps Roberto Clemente. It's a SGC 3. This one, I just wanted to add this Clemente card. It's a beautiful card. We paid $55.58. We actually valued this one at $70. We got that at a steal. The reason we got this at such a lower price is there was another copy ending right at the same time. So people were bidding back and forth between the two. The other one actually went a little higher than that one did. It just happened to fall that they were ending at the same time. So we picked up another 1957 Topps. This is Chuck Harmon. It's a PSA 4 MK. You guys can see that. There we go. And we paid $8.68 for that. We valued about $8. So right around there. This we just kind of threw in. I don't know why. It was ending. I was like, that's cheap just for a slab. Say 2019 Donruss Optic Blue Velocity. It's a Cam Reddish PSA 10 rookie. Paid $6.37 for. We valued about $9. So that stuff we kind of got decent deals on it, but I paid more than I probably should have, even if it was a decent deal. We picked this up. Now this card, I know in past videos I discussed sending off cards to Bobby Shantz before, and he still autographs cards at 100 years old. But I saw this card, and the inscription alone made me want to add this card to the collection. So I don't know the actual card value of it, if it's anything too exciting, but that inscription I really wanted, and the handwriting, it was just, it's just a pretty card. It is a 1955 Bowman Bobby Shantz PSA 5, and it is PSA DNA 10. And he wrote Bobby Shantz, just like the cards we have, but he's got the 1952 AL MVP written on there. And I just thought that was pretty cool, because the ones I have don't have that. And I always like this design of a card. And so we bought it. This was one of our higher cards that we bought. We paid $65.49 for that. And that's we valued about $65. So wasn't too bad. Same thing with this. When I was talking about the Roberto Clemente cards, there was an Ernie Banks and a Hank Aaron card, all ending. There were a couple of them all ending. There was a 4 and a 3. We got the 3 of the Ernie Banks card, 1968 tops, Ernie Banks, SGC 3. We paid $37.05 for this. We valued about $30, so it was a little bit of an overpay. There was an SGC 4 that ended at the same time that we were really going for, but we had to settle for the 3, which is fine. It's a beautiful card. Again, staying in the collection. Most of the vintage is staying in the collection. So we also picked up a 1968 Topps Hank Aaron card. There was a 3 that was ending in that we were going after, but we didn't quite get that one. This we paid $39.37, and we valued about $46. So that wraps up all the Probstein purchases that we had. That was at the end of February. And so now all these next ones are going to be individual eBay sellers that we bought this from, and we're always excited to do that. This card is one that I've always wanted to add to the collection, and I keep saying I'm going to get one in a high grade, and they're very pricey in the high grade. This one I saw on there, and it went for a very high price, but it's because it was in such a great condition as far as the corners go, the centering goes, edges, all that. It's great. It does have one thing that I'm concerned about. I was sending it and getting it graded myself, but I'm keeping it in a collection, so whatever grade it gets, that's what grade it gets, and it's going to live with me. But this is a 1970-cent Shakey's Pizza Oscar Charleston card. It is, as you can see, and in the listing, very little whiting, very little on the edges, on the corners. The back is in great shape. But the concern that I have with this card is right here in the ink, in the bleed in the ink. And it's got a little where it bled over here, and then it's got this big, if you look at this card, you can see where it bled kind of down here in the bottom of the card, and it bled right here. I don't know how that's going to affect that card. Again, it's staying in the collection. Those in a high grade of those cards are a couple $100, or $300, $400, $500 in a high grade like that. If that were, I don't know what that bleed's gonna cause anything or anything like that. But we paid $178.99, and apparently around the time we were bidding on that, and I did pay that high of a price, which is a bit of an overpay due to the condition. But that at that time there was a little run on Oscar Charleston stuff, so right now it's about $100 card, I would say. In that condition, maybe a little bit more, but about $100 card. So we overpaid on that, but that's because it's something I really wanted to add to the collection. As well as this next card is something that is kind of on my Grail cards, and I just went out and got it. It is one of the 89 Fleer Billy Ripken FF cards, and we paid $123.06 for that. I valued about $105. It's not in great old condition. Like, I'm not going to be grading it. It's got some not terrible corners, but not anything that I would send it off to be graded. Staying in the collection, just one of those cards I always wanted to add, and I finally just decided I was going to go ahead and add it. So the next one we got on on that Oscar Charleston train that we were on was a 2001 Fleer Tradition, Stitches in Time. This, you guys have probably seen it sitting back behind me. I've had it, since beginning of March, sitting back there, and that's where it's going to stay. We paid $3 for it, and that's about what we value it at, is about $3. It's really just sitting up here. On top of that, at the same time, now that I just mentioned that, we did pick up, in the process of that, a few new bobbleheads. Got an Oscar Charleston bobblehead right there. We picked that up. We also picked up a Biz Mackey. We got a Biz Mackey bobblehead. We got those from the same seller, and we picked up a third one. Oh yeah, this one. Duh. we picked up a third Oscar Charleston bobblehead. I was like, I knew there was something else, and that was it. So we picked those up in the process right around there at the time we were buying that. But back to the cards. So we had this Jadir Aranamo. I don't know. We saw him play the other day against the Clingstones, and he looked pretty good. It's a 2023 Bowman Chrome Speckle Refractor, number to 299. I'm trying to get it in focus for you guys. We paid about $10.90 on that. We've had about $8, but he's been playing well. So we'll keep an eye on him, and you never know, that card maybe. He had a good year last year. We had added this, hoping that Yastrzemski was going to do something for the Braves, knowing better, knowing that it wasn't going to happen. But this is a 2015 Bowman Chrome Mike Yastrzemski blue refractor to 150 of his Bowman first. And it's in great shape. I mean, we could get it graded, but it really makes no sense to get it graded. We paid $15.26 for that, valued about $10, so nothing too exciting. While we were on the Oscar Charleston kick, we also picked up this T3 Halmar. Halmar is the one that made the Vic Harris card that we showed you a little while ago. This is kind of an oversized one, as you can see, based on the size of my head here. We picked this up. These are limited prints. They're not numbered or anything, but they don't make a ton of them. And they're all just a little bit different. That's how the back of them looks. It's pretty cool. I think this is a great card. It's been sitting back here behind me as well. So if you guys see it in the video, it's probably going to stay up there. We paid $51.78 for that. It's about $50 what I value it at, just because they're so few and far between. But yeah, let's see. Next one was at 2024. Oh, I love this one's a good one. I mean, I bought this for me just because I think it's great. It's a 2024 Panini Boys of Summer character of the game. Good old Sid Finch, number to 25. There's old Sid Finch right there. Paid $19.60 for old Sid Finch, and it's worth about $25. So it's not going anywhere, but I just thought that was a cool card to add to the collection. So this one's got a little story behind it too as well. This is a 1994 Topps Refractor of Tim Raines. There is a reason why I bought this card, because when I was going through a bunch of drawers and envelopes and stuff, and I ran across these. I have two of them. They are from 1994. They're ticket stubs that I'd gotten signed by Tim Raines at, where was that? Boardwalk and Baseball in Haines City. I'd gotten it signed by Tim Raines when they were playing the White Sox. And I just thought it'd be really cool to add the 94 refractors are just pretty cards. I thought it'd be really cool to get it framed like I'm going to do with a COMC, to put one of these tickets. I have two of them. That he signed. So I got to buy another one. I'm going to do it twice. So it's just kind of something fun to do. And we're gonna get them framed and hang around the house, at least one of them. So these next two cards are kind of some personal cards that we bought. They are people that I know, and occasionally I'll go on eBay and I'll type in. I have some friends that played college sports, and occasionally I'll put their names in eBay. Then I'll save it. Like, I'll save the search. And anytime something with their names on it pop up, whether it be a card or a pair of cleats or a glove or something, I'll buy it. I won't buy it. I'll get the notification and I'll be like, oh man, I'm going to bid on that or whatever. So I bought two cards that popped up on there, and I just think it's going to be cool. I'm going to get him to sign them next time I see him. I'll visit him sometime this summer and get him to sign it. Same thing with this other one coming up. This is a 2001 Florida State Seminoles Sunshine Network Blair McCaleb. He was a catcher at Florida State. It's 2001. Yeah, I just thought that's pretty cool. I paid $15.26, which we're going to say the value of that is $15 because they don't pop up. Those cards are kind of hard to find. They don't pop up very often. And I don't know that anyone other than me or my friends that I told that I bought that are looking for that card. So the value is the market that I created for it is $15. This next card is a 1996 Rooks Southeast region high school football card of Eric Strange. So that is him in his high school football gear. As you can see, this is me and my high school football gear. There we are. It would have been like this. It would have been a right guard, center, left guard. But yeah, I just thought it was a cool card. I'm gonna get Eric to sign this next time I see it. And he was a big boy. I mean, he still is a big boy, but he works for the fire department now. So yeah, I just thought that was a cool card. That's kind of self-serving. I paid $7.06 for that one. I actually bought another one. It'll be on here later on when we go through this pile. Paid a little more for that one. That was the you know, there were only 2 that were on there. I got them both. I'm gonna make him sign them both. So again, I set the market on that at about $7, unless you want to take the price for the one that I paid later on. So we went back to COMC after those purchases. And actually, one of the Eric Strange, because the next one coming up was a COMC purchase as well. But we went back to the COMCs, and this was kind of late April. So this was more recent of the purchases. We picked up a 2021 Bowman Draft Christian Encarnacion Strand. We paid $1.64 for it. It's worth about $1.50. We had a bunch of his cards. I just wanted to add that to collection. I was trying to get the number up. I was buying Eric's card, and I wanted to bring the shipping down, so I bought a bunch of other little ticky-tack things just to kind of fill out that purchase so that his card wasn't $8 shipping for me or whatever it was. We got a 2019-2020 Jackson Hayes dribbling rookie. Paid $1.62 for that one as well. As you can see, these are all little cheap cards. $1.62. About $1.50, you know. Then we picked, this was the other card that we were trying to get, was the other Eric Strange card. We paid $14.57 for that. That's why we're trying to bring down the shipping cost on that. So we also picked up this 2018 Top Stadium Club Reese Hoskins rookie card. You know, we're hoping for Reese to have a halfway decent year. We tried to add some stuff we thought might have some value to it. That Reese Hoskins is about, you know, that was probably $1.50 as well. This was a 2017 Marvel Spider-Man Homecoming Silver Web. Ned Leeds Peter Parker. We paid $1.62. Most of these cards are going to be $1.62. It's about a $2 card. This is also going to be $1.62 that we paid. It's going to be a 2023 Upper Deck Allegiance Avengers versus X-Men Black and White Cyclops. Maybe with the movies coming out, some of those will be a little higher. You never know. $1.62 on that. It was $2. This was $1.62 also. It is a 2022 Skybox Metal Universe Champions Metal Shredders Drew Jones, who in the last prospecting video we did, you know, we said we're hoping for big things for Drew Jones, but we're not expecting it for sure. About a $2 card. Again, $1.62. This one is a 2017 Bowman Draft Refractor Kyle Wright. Add a little Kyle Wright on there. It's not going to hurt anything. It's a $1.62, worth about $1. $2. Let's say $2. We'll give it $2. Picked up a Zach Wilson, just adding some football. Never know. Hey, you never know, but you do know. We had that on there. It's a 2021 Panini Absolute rookie of him. $1.62. It's worth about $2. And actually probably $1.50 on that one. We've been adding some Topps Gold, and actually we're going to try to start putting together, as far as the baseball goes, we're going to try to start putting together some Topps Gold sets and see if we can get a full set of Topps Gold of 92 or 93 and 94 Topps around there. But we picked up this Sleepy Floyd. It is a 92-93 Topps Gold Sleepy Floyd. $1.62, worth about $2. We got another $1.62er here. It was a Brett Favre. 1995 Fleer Ultra Brett Favre Extra Stars. $1.62. Paid $2 for it. And we added a Brady House 2022 Skybox Metal Universe Champions Brady House. He's not been playing too bad, so maybe that'll pick up some value somewhere. Again, $1.62 and worth about $2. Now, these we've been adding, these cards, I'm trying to add some more of him, so I hope I'm not, you know, ruining it and messing up the market on it. But David McCabe has been playing great for the Clingstones. He's been hitting a lot of home runs. He's been getting on base. His average could be a little higher, but he's been playing great baseball and been knocking it out of the park. Now, I will say this. Going to the Clingstones games, I went the other day. There were 13 home runs hit in one of the games. You know, it's an easy park to hit home runs out of, so I don't know how much stock I'm putting on it, but McCabe has looked really good. So we went out and picked up some 2022 Bowman Chrome Draft McCabe Blue Wave Refractor Auto, numbered to 150. Hoping that, you know, the issue with McCabe is he plays first and third. And that's where Austin Riley is, and that's where Matt Olson is. So, you know, something's going to happen for him to get called up, and he's still stuck in Double-A. But he's been playing well, and he's a bit older as well. He's like 26 years old. So maybe he'll be part of a trade package. I don't know. But he's been playing well, so we added that card. We paid $21.24, valued at about $23. And then we picked up just a regular refractor of that, numbered to $4.99. We paid $13.08 for that, valued at about $15. So I don't know if I showed you guys this card in the last video, but it was a Oscar Charleston Indianapolis Clowns card. I know the Clowns are, you know, popular again because of the Banana Ball adding them as a team. Jackie Bradley Jr. is on that team, but that's Oscar Charleston. We've got lots of Oscar Charleston stuff around there. So yeah, let me know what you guys think. I think overall we overspent a little bit, especially with the Probstein stuff. But I mean, a lot of this just stay in our collection. Really, the only card we purchased to turn around and sell and resell is, well, I mean, and that those McCabe cards if he starts playing well. But really, the only ones we got was that Gina Carano card, and I don't know that we're going to be able to sell that before the fight. So, you know, let me know what you guys think. If you guys enjoy these videos, I know this one was relatively long, but it was like 3 months worth of buying that we just crammed in. We're going to see if I keep that or if I just break it down or something. Who knows? But thank you guys for watching. I always have fun making these purchases. I always have fun sharing it with you guys. Would you have paid those prices for that? Do you think I should have got more of some other stuff or just spent that money on some better grades or better cards, or I don't know. Thanks for watching. Here and here. Let's do it. We'll still keep buying. Who cares? I mean, it does look kind of snuffy. Snuffy? Stuffy? Snuffy Sternweiss.